I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die.
Hey everybody. Wasn't mean to be a little downer with that. That's probably the best 2 minutes and 43 seconds of cinema, in my opinion. Give me a 5x5 in the chat if you guys can hear me. It looks like the Texas contingent here. We got Tambra and Eagle Lover, and then we got the Canadian Terminator up there, talking about how unfortunately she got to put a chicken in the roaster because it's a little too aggressive. All right, Eagle Lover says that she can hear me. How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight I am drinking homemade apple wine. Now, I wish I could say that it had alcohol in it. If this is above 4 or 5%, I'll be really surprised. The alcohol content in this is not very, very high. If you ask me what it tastes like Victoria apple bitters that I had down in Australia. If it's carbonated, it'd be a dead ringer. It's not bad. Mrs. Hack said that it was good, but she would not ask for a second glass at a restaurant, and I'll take it. You know? Yeah, not alcoholic enough. Yeah, exactly. I like my wine to have a little bit more lead in it. This is kind of like unleaded wine. It's actually really good. I think it tastes kind of like kombucha. Seriously, kombucha, or like I said, Victoria apple bitters. But it came. It's the very first batch of wine I did, and I did not use any sugar to back sweeten it. I did back sweeten it with 100% apple juice concentrate, so the sugar was natural, and I didn't use any sugar when I was mixing the batch. It's nothing but the sugars from the apples. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Hey, Tag. Quite honestly, you know, one of the things. Well, first off, the reason why I'm up here by myself is because Angela has been feeling a little under the weather, and she was finally feeling better. And they had their the people that we used to hang around with when we lived out over in Missouri. The ladies have their after Christmas girls' day out because everybody's in town. So she drove up there. For her day out. They went up to the Legends, and it's one of those things like it's probably the only tradition that we have left over from before we made the move here. So I think it's kind of important for her to go do that. She used to go spend spend the day with family. They're not blood relatives, but they're family. Um, so she came home. She had to come home early because she wasn't feeling well. So I told her just to go to bed. It's not a big deal. This is just it's a very short. We're gonna keep this around an hour because Native Voice is going live at 7. I don't want to step on his toes since he normally does his on Thursday, and we do ours on Tuesday. And one of the things we talk about here is we got to be truthful with you. And the reason why we did not have a live on Tuesday was basically because I did not have anything positive to say. I just walked away from the weekend, uh, had a good Christmas Eve dinner with some friends over at the casino, the all you can gorge buffet, and then got to talk to the grandkids on FaceTime on Christmas. But other than that, the entire rest of the weekend just Saturday we got to some people came down from South Dakota and the community got together and we saw them. It was kind of cool because I didn't know who these people were. They came down and they were staying with Tag and he was showing them some properties and they were going around and we walked into the restaurant and I looked at them and I was like, hey, I know these people, and I couldn't put it together, and I realized it's a young couple that we met at Self Reliance Festival, and they're looking at moving down here. So I think that's pretty cool. But other than that, I wasn't feeling it. Did not feel in the mood. I did not want to get on here and be all negative with you guys. So I just decided not to do it. I figured you guys would understand, right? I hope you guys would understand. Hey, we got Virginia's in here too. How you doing, Virginia? So that's why we didn't have the live on Tuesday. But I wanted to get through the year and have at least one more live and just do a recap of how the year went for us and what the plans are for next year. Okay, how'd the year go for us? Not the best year, not gonna lie. A lot of stuff happened that was hard to get through, but you know what? It's a day that ends with Y, right? And we learned to deal with it. The big story for 2023 for us, honestly, was the amount of festivals that we went to. I was sitting down today, and I was trying to figure it out. So we did 11 festivals. That's including the 2 that we do locally. We did 11 festivals, and then Angela did 3 flea markets over at the Nation. So in total, hey, what's up there, local prepper? In total, we had 14 weeks that were committed to festivals, and the reason why I say weeks is because 3 or 4 days on the weekend for the festival, then you got to prepare for the festival, and then you got to unpack after the festival and recover. And quite frankly, for me, 11 weeks, that's 1/5 of the year that I was not committed to the doing stuff around here. And we were having a conversation a couple of days ago, and I told Angela, if I can figure out a way to make as much money doing something locally, I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to cut back on the festivals. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to get me to travel as much next year as I did this year because, quite frankly, it did hurt. It did hurt us around here. I'm not going to lie. Now, I say that, but I want you guys to understand something. Meeting everybody at the festivals was awesome. Doing the talks that we gave was fun. It's just you take the good with the bad when you're traveling. You guys, every one of us is an adult, and we know what it's like to travel. So you got to deal with the ups and downs, and so you just do it. But I told Angela, it'd be hard pressed to have me enjoy going to some festivals. In fact, there's a couple of them that I told her flat out that I did not want to do. I did not want to do, and financially, I'm going to say it's a wash. It's been a wash. The yes, it helped build the brand name by going to these festivals. But financially, the money going out equaled the money coming in, basically. Um, it did help with some food cost, some groceries, and being able to get the grandkids some really nice presents for Christmas and birthdays and such. Um, but yeah, if I can find something local that I can do to make that much money, I'm going to do it instead. And we were talking at dinner on Sunday. Um, Tiny homes. There was some joking made about tiny homes in a thread that the community had going on, and I started thinking about it, and I really wasn't paying attention to the thread, so I was like, "Oh, are they serious?" So I brought the subject up with because the people that made that comment were the ones we went to dinner with, and we started brainstorming it, and it warrants some research. If we can come up with a community-based business that uh, builds tiny homes and makes money off of it for everybody, it may be a good thing to do. And that goes down to the one of the things about starving the beast is creating these alternative economies and getting different sorts of income coming into your pocket, so you're not totally slave to the system for it, right? Um, yeah, there and Virginia, we were talking about it. You could make an entire menu of options and builds for people, and it would be very easy to do. And with the people in our community, I mean, you take any 3 or 4 people in our community that might be interested in it, and I guarantee you that you're going to find all the skill sets you need to do that, to start a business like that. And I, I I think it's really cool that the community. 2 years ago, I don't think that would have been the case, but now uh, there's enough people here I think I don't know. We're gonna explore it. We're gonna explore it. I one of the things we got to do is if we want a pre-made option to use a tough shed. So we got to figure out what's the cost of becoming a franchisee with tough shed, so we can get them at cost instead of spending the retail on them, right? So and this is one of those things. We've got 6 months to work on it, and so we're gonna do it. And we're gonna try to be diligent about it, and just see what happens. Now, as far as the festivals go, I'm not saying that I don't want to go to any festivals, because I want to go to festivals. There are several festivals that I feel really committed to supporting because they do a good job. Uh, and yeah, Spags, you keep saying that. You show me all kinds of weird stuff on I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay. Anyway, I'm just messing with you, man. Uh, as I was saying, there's festivals. Naturally, we're going to do the local ones, and naturally, we're going to be involved with the flea markets that happen locally, and there's a couple more that we feel committed to. So we will see people out there, but I'm not going to say that next year we're gonna go to as many festivals as we did. And we might do some different ones than what we did this year too. So that was the big thing. But think about this. I want you to think about this. Take 1/5 of the time you have to work in a week and just totally toss it out the window. And that's what it was for our homestead, because we can't get a lot of stuff done around here. And I'm not gonna lie. As far as getting stuff done around here, was I 100% diligent and committed 360? Well, however many days were left that we were here. No, there were nights that I came home from work and I did the bare minimum. I did the daily maintenance stuff, and that was it. Um, we did make a lot of progress. We did make a lot of progress. Hey, Wes, so we got a ton of stuff cleaned up. I spent a vast majority of the spring and early summer before it got too hot, um, cleaning stuff up, and we got it down to one big wood pile that I need to get the skid loader out and just demolish it. Um, I got a great big brush pile that I think I'm going to burn it New Year's Eve. I think I may just end end the year with a little bit of chaos and torch that thing. I don't know if it's a decent night out. I might even stream it outside because I was checking. I got signal out there, and I might just stream it. What the heck? Why not? I'm not staying up to midnight though. I'm telling you that flat out. I am too old, too tired to stay up till midnight anymore. Hey, Rickster. Wes, we are doing a quick live stream recap of what all went on this year and what we're thinking about next year. Wanted to get something out in front of everybody, just to let you know that we're still here and we're still thinking about you. And we do these live casts that we do, the Tuesday evening things. They are a good time. We really enjoy it. We've made some really good friends from the online community, everybody in chat, and through the online community, we've met some fantastic people this year. Some of them have come into our community. Others we see every time we go to a festival, and it's like we're seeing old friends. So, the live streams are really kind of a highlight of the week. As far as the rest of the channel goes, not gonna lie, sometimes, and anybody that's a creator that's putting out content on a regular basis, sometimes it gets to be a grind. And the homesteading videos this last year have been few and far between. I've not done a lot of nuts and bolts how to homesteading type of stuff, and I'm not going to apologize for it. But I realize that a lot of people hang on a second. What's that? I don't know, Tag. Yeah, they got to be pretty big to get past me. I was talking about my shoulder being out, so I haven't. Anybody that needs to be caught up. My back and my shoulder are messed up. I went and I did 10 visits to a chiropractor this year, and I have not been able to actually work out and do any considerable exercise, and with all the traveling and everything, I ended up putting 15 pounds back on from what I lost last year, just because I haven't been able to get out and move around as much as I used to. And quite frankly, being on the road that much, man, it is rough. Anybody that can maintain their weight and eat a healthy diet when they're on the road that much, man, my hat is off to you, because it is hard. It is super hard. But we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff done around here. A lot of cleanup. Gardens, not good this year. Not good at all. We were on the road during the prime planting season, and we were not diligent, and we did not do what needed to be done. We tried, we got a little bit, but we did not get. This was the second year in a row where we did not produce as much as we should have. And so that's one of the commitments for 2024 is the garden is going to be a priority. We got to get the garden back up and going, because number one, I don't like not having a good garden. There's a little bit of, and anybody out there that's a gardener can attest to this. There's something about walking outside and seeing your nice green garden growing and seeing all the fruit and going out and picking it and having it on your table for a meal and eating it fresh. So I miss having that. In fact, we were talking at dinner on Sunday. I miss doing all the homestead stuff. The last 2 years has not been a lot of homesteading stuff. It's been a lot of cleaning up and fixing stuff and doing all this. And so I want to get back to the homesteading part of it. I miss it. And so I'm committing myself. I'm doing what it takes to get my mental squared away, so when the time comes, I can get the garden going and I can commit to it. So and other homesteading stuff. We're talking about we were going to get pigs, and we're still going to try to get 3 feeder pigs for 2024. We're not getting them now because I do not want to raise them over the winter. I want to do it whenever the weather's semi-nice. and I want to learn how. And we're not going to breed them in 2024 either, because I want to raise some pigs from piglet, feeder pig, to proper butcher weight, at least once, so I know how pigs function and how they work. Reading a book, I'm still trying to finish that pig book I was reading a couple weeks ago, but I want to know how they work. We're also talking about getting a Dexter cow. There's some talk that place where the bamboo was, where we were going to put the pigs. We were talking about it, and it looks like that may be a really good place. A really good place to put a cow, because the bamboo will grow. The cows will not. They will not eat the runners, and they will not compact the soil so much that the bamboo won't grow. In fact, the bamboo will keep the soil churned up as the cows in there. But those bamboo shoots will be a sustainable source of food for them over the course of the summer, and so it's kind of a no-brainer. So fencing. What did you do outside of Grunt Creators and the movement that you are proud of? You know what, Tag? Truthfully, completely honest, just showing up. The fact that I was able to show up as much as I did is an accomplishment for me for 2023. And I know that's not a good answer, and I know that there's more stuff out there, but it's a case of the forest for the trees with me. I know that we brought a lot of people into the community, and we had a small hand in that. We were able to spread the message. In fact, Tag and I were talking on Saturday. We're going to do a live on January 25th. So it's 25th. It's Thursday the 25th. We're going to do a live on January 25th about the third pillar of modern homesteading, which is community. And Tag had some really, really interesting. He's always got interesting things to say about it, but his experience over the last year has given him some insight, and he had some really good things to say about it. And we worked on the first two pillars. We had actually, I talked to All American Prepper about food security. Talked to Darren from Hacks from the Homestead for modern self-sufficiency, and we're going to talk to Tag about community. And I hope that people are, if not paying attention, maybe it's soaking in through osmosis. I don't know, but I hope that people are understanding that these are very simple things that we can do, and they seem daunting. They really do. And the last 2 years, daunting seems to be the operative adjective, for a lot of things. But it's doable, and it's just a matter of putting your shoulder to the grindstone and just going to it. I saw that Chuck showed up. Hey Chuck, I'm waiting for your word so I can order that gauze. If anybody out there, let me tell you a little story. I worked at a level 1 trauma center in Kansas City, and it always used to amaze me how much gauze was on the floor after somebody went to the ER. I mean, literally piles, knee-high piles of gauze. When Dolly had her little incident with her cutting her artery on her wrist, or whatever they call that on a dog, we did not have any gauze. We got some, but it's packed away, so I didn't know where it was. And it showed me that I needed to work on that. Chuck from Homestead Medical was able to get us a really good price on gauze. So if you are interested in getting a good supply of gauze, you need to contact him through his website, his email, and talk to him about ordering it. Because I'm telling you right now, it is something that if the infrastructure goes away, or if you're living on a homestead and it takes 25 minutes for EMS or an ambulance or a fire truck to get to your house, it's something you're going to need. So go ahead and do that. You guys need to do that. Yeah, local prepper says smash that like button. It helps. It really does. And that was another thing. That was another thing for 2023. We want to say thank you to everybody that supported the channel. The subscriber base grew very dramatically because of the exposure through the festivals, and everybody that comes here, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for being part of this conversation. Thank you for being part of this movement. And it is our sincere hope that you guys are able to take what we're saying and what we're sharing with you from other people and incorporate it into your daily lives, and then take that and go out and share it with other people. And I think, Tag, that's you asked about what we did that I'm most proud of on that. It's that the exponential growth in the movement, because we tell one person and they tell one person and they tell, and it grows exponentially. Yeah, Rickster, she's sick. Actually, she just shuffled through the kitchen. She needs some ice apparently. She's not looking very happy right now.
I'm just sore.
She's sore. She's got a slight case of strep throat. If I'm gonna say this, if we were people that had amoxicillin and penicillin on hand, she would be sick enough that we would use that, right? Oh, did half bubble off? Hey, man, haven't been able to post anyone's channel for some reason till now. Are you gonna step? Are you gonna sit in now?
I will.
Don't breathe on me. Don't seriously. Don't breathe on me.
I think I'm getting out of it. Is that right? I've been on antibiotics. I'm not contagious anymore.
Yeah, you're still not here.
I don't
You're still
know.
not in frame.
I don't know what Danny and Wanda have. Somebody else told me about that, but there's something weird going around here. And so my sinuses, I thought I had a sinus infection, which I know my body pretty well. And so I was trying to treat that naturally because usually I can. And then all of a sudden I woke up and my throat was enclosed in the walls. And I looked in the mirror, took the flashlight, said, and then went, holy hell, and asked Aaron to go get me some medicine. So did that, and I'm feeling better that way. But because I was sick and there's no TV in the bed, and I like TV just to drown out the sound because the medicine puts me to sleep. So you know how it is when you're sick, you'll sleep for 2 hours and you're awake for 2 hours and sleep for 2 hours. I do anyway. And so I was doing that. And as I was laying on the couch for 3 days, I've pinched the sciatic nerve now on my right hand side. But I have an appointment with the chiropractor tomorrow, so we'll get that fixed. But I tried to walk around for girls' lunch today. Usually I can shop like nobody's business. I hit 2 stores. Finally, my god sister looked at me and she said, let's go sit down and grab a cup of coffee. So we did that. I had it in me to try to do one more store. Tried to do one more store. I told everybody, sorry, I'm out. I've got to go. And that bummed me out. But I'm glad that I got to go for what little that I did. So we only get to do that once a year.
Tag asked a question. What, if you were to say what your proudest achievement was in 2023 outside of the homestead?
Outside of the homestead?
Outside, what would it be?
I would definitely say the helping people with their infrastructure and getting that done. I'm not sure that I was a lot of that, but also I think that there was a time in the spring that Gypsy played a big part in this, that we were all helping each other figure out hatching the turkeys and the chickens, and we figured it out. And I don't know if you guys have ever done that. That was huge. There were a lot of mistakes and by all of us, we all had different issues, but we were able to put them together and solve the problem. I think that was big because we were able to produce our own birds. And then we were able to, all of us, trade and help each other with what we needed.
Now we got rooftop turkeys.
Now we have rooftop turkeys, but I'm excited to do turkeys again. In fact, I'm trying to keep myself back. I'm ready to put more eggs in the incubator, but it's too early right now. So we need to wait till January so we start getting chicks out the end of February. And we'll probably sell chicks.
It's too early here. It's not too early down in Texas.
Not too early for everybody else.
Yeah.
Y'all, if you can do it, go for it. We do have some neighbors that are hatching chicks right now, but that's all natural. So weather's been weird But
You know, we don't know if Oki is going to be on our schedule because
it's the same weekend as uh, Kentucky Sustainable Living.
it's the same weekend as Kentucky Sustainable.
So we will not be doing Oki. Who asked about that?
Stanley Farm.
Yeah, sorry guys, we will not. We feel like we've known Shelly for a long time and Jason for a long time, and I'm not gonna lie, we were very successful at their festival, their very first one, and
And it's only going to get theirs is going to get better
theirs is
every
just
year.
gonna get bigger and better, and so
Not
they
that
were-
Oki Homesteading won't.
yeah, it
No.
just this is one reason why it's very important for all the festivals to make sure you're checking in on
Freesteading.
freesteading.com and getting your event on the calendar so we're not overstepping each other. Because believe me, if we could do KSL and Oki, we would. But you guys land on the same weekend. There's just no way. We won't make it back from Kentucky in time.
Well, and that goes back to
Where we made the most money.
well, and it goes back to cutting back on the amount of weekends we're going.
Well, and we have to figure that out by how we made money, right? So there's festivals that we did very, very good at, and there's other festivals we did not do so great. And it's very weird. It seems like the prepper homesteader, those events we do the best at.
Yeah.
The homestead farming, not so
Hey,
great.
Tabletop showed up.
Hey, tabletop.
What's up, guys?
Girl, I gotta get with you. I need some stuff for the freezer. And how's the pork looking? That might be Andrew, not Lisa, but
So and then 2023 we finally got took us all year long, but we finally got the website, the grandbakersfarm.com
It
up
is up.
and running. It is updated. Everything is updated.
I need to start blogging.
We need to start being more involved with that.
Get some recipes up there for you
You know,
guys.
so yeah, and 2024, I'm not going to tell you guys that she's going to do more videos. I am not going to write her about doing videos if she wants to make videos.
I have to learn the this thing that he's using. What is that called? iPad. I have to
The
learn.
Camera.
You call it a camera, but that looks like an. See, this is the
It is an iPad. It's the camera on the iPad.
See, I'm just not a technical person, so he changes things up. So once I figure this thing out, which I've got, mine is charged. So once I figure that out, because I got to tell you, I got beef in the fridge. I got to get jerky done. And G thinks you guys are going to want to know how to make jerky. So I've saved that for you. I just, right now, you don't want me to make it for you. So let's give it a couple more days on antibiotics. And then I'll make it. Well, I'm not coughing, which is weird. So that's what I'm saying. This is just really weird, this whole thing. But I feel blessed by all the homeopathic medicine that I do, because a lot of people who get what I've had, the symptoms get worse and they're ending up in the emergency room with streptococcal pneumonia. And so it's sinus infection, the strep throat, and then turns into pneumonia. Knock on wood, I'm not having any breathing issues whatsoever.
See, Virginia loves your cooking.
I know, guys.
Everybody wants her to do cooking videos, but she doesn't.
I just gotta learn.
She hasn't.
I've got to learn this camera. Once I learn this camera, because the other thing is, I have people that are ready to bury me if I don't get the cookbook out. And so the easiest way for my ghostwriter to get those recipes and see the techniques is if I have everything on video. So
So Tamara,
why don't you? Can we put some time and you can teach me this weekend?
are you going to be receptive, or do I need to get somebody else to come teach you?
I'll be receptive.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to
Then
fight.
don't get angry with me. Like, so I learned this whole thing today. It was really interesting. And so here's something else we're figuring out, like with age and everything. And then I know it has a lot to do with changes, right? Because we're just talking about honesty. So when I was with the girls today, we were all talking and we were talking about our husbands and things that were going on. And somebody pointed something out, and they actually went in and researched this. So at a certain age, testosterone starts doing something, and when it goes down, there is literally something that's called unhappy husband syndrome, and
Yeah, it's got to do with testosterone.
It does. It makes you tired, depressed, all kinds of stuff.
It's part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I think maybe you gotta check that out. You've been talking about doing it anyway.
I did have it checked out. They
And
said I'm perfectly fine.
I don't believe it. let's leave it. I can't be that.
Well, and then, you know what?
Sorry.
That's something else. Speaking of health, that's something else that we started doing. We are sleeping in separate bedrooms now, and because
Yeah, timber NAC is great.
because with her lifestyle, for literally years, I've been living off of 3 to 4 hours of sleep every night because I get woken up multiple times.
No dogs and cats and my
Dogs
schedule.
and you and you know, so and that's not healthy. I don't care who you are, you cannot live like that. You need to get your sleep. So something happened. I ended up sleeping in the bedroom, and I got a full night's sleep, and I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this.
Well, and you started getting better.
And it's
And my sleep pattern started getting better.
it has really started helping me. You know, I'm sleeping 6-7 hours a night now. Unfortunately, I'm going to bed with the light change. I'm going to bed at
8 o'clock.
at 7-8 o'clock, and so I'm getting up at 3. You know, but I'm working on it. You know, and so and she started doing some reading, and you found out that it's very common people sleeping in separate bedrooms.
They actually said it's really healthy for a marriage.
You know,
and I can see how.
well, I know it doesn't make me want to kill her every day when she wakes me up.
I know I can't smother you with a pillow. You're too far away. But anyway, no, a GoPro would not. We tried it. We have a GoPro, and what was it doing? I was hitting some button or something, and it made me go really super fast with I sounded like a mouse. So I just technical difficulties. I'm not a tech person.
No.
And here's the issue. I'm not a tech person. He is a tech person, but he does that for a living all day long. It's hard for me to get him to work on a computer for me, let alone show me how to do stuff.
I've been in a profession for 30 plus years that I don't like. You know, and I'm to the point now to where I do it because it makes the money that I need right now. And if I could figure out a way to get the money another way, I'd be out of it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm quite honest with the people I work for about that. You know, I just so happens that I'm good at computers. You know.
Yeah, Tamber, I was actually talking about that with my nephew today, and they switched his schedule. So he's working. He had to go to work tonight. Tuesdays and Thursdays, he works from midnight to 8 in the morning. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he works from 4 to 8. And they have a brand new baby. He was falling asleep basically at the lunch table. I know it was supposed to be a girl's lunch, but he came along because he needed
So did Mario.
inputs. Nope, Mario didn't.
Mario went shopping.
Brandon went shopping. Mario and Jerry stayed back there making Angie a birthday cake.
Oh.
So, but yeah.
So there's that. So if you're married and you've been married for a long time, don't feel bad if you want to sleep in a separate room. Seriously, I'm getting more sleep. I'm actually finally getting better with my back and my shoulder. You know.
The key to that is communication, so that the wife knows why you're doing it and not guessing why you're doing it.
You know, you're sitting here like I did something bad. I did.
Okay, so you're taking it that way. I'm just saying the key is make sure that your wife knows why you're doing that. Don't make her guess.
So let's see. So that's about it for 2023. Like I said, not my most favorite year. I'm not gonna lie,
Better than the year before.
the Christmas Eve dinner, the company was really nice, but as we were leaving, I told them flat out. I said, "This is the second most pathetic Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve I've ever had in my life." And they looked at me kind of funny, and I was like, the most pathetic one was a strip club at Jacksonville, North Carolina,
That's
when I was in the
pathetic.
Marine Corps. That was pathetic. And being in a casino, eating a buffet,
It's not pathetic.
not as pathetic. You know, but walking through the casino, I did not feel as bad about my life as I did when I was sitting there eating dinner. So there's that plus.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway,
Big Springs, isn't that where your aunt lives?
used to live.
Oh yeah, she's not there anymore.
Tony still lives there. But you know, so that's it for 2023. You know, we did a lot, but as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't in the right places. 2024, we've got going into year 3 on the 5-year plan. Want the cows, the garden, the pigs, and I got to work on fencing. I've got to figure out fencing. I cannot. Hedge fence posts are $12 to $20 a pop.
Okay, so I just want to remind. So sometimes Garen's mind wanders. He gets so much on his mind that he forgets things, and so there is actually in the next 30 days got to be cleared out. Tag, remind me if I'm wrong. If my timeline's wrong, it may be 60 days. In the next 30 days, some guy has a whole group of hedge that needs to come out. He's offered all of it to us for free. Everybody's just got to go cut it, and we can get hedge posts out of that. Hopefully, but there's still that option. And then there's all that acreage over at Scott's that we could, different Scott, that we can go over and get some hedge posts out of that. So it's just a matter of finding time to go and do that and make that important. And then one of our neighbors has offered, he's got an auger on his Bobcat. He said he can come knock out those holes in no time. He can do it in 5 minutes versus your 3 days. So there's options. It's just a matter of taking those options.
Well, again, if we don't get fence posts for sweat equity, I can't afford to pay.
How wonderful is it that we have a community in 2 different
They got
spots?
expensive. That's something. Who was I talking to? Oh, I was talking with Rescue. Rescue did a live today, and we started talking about him getting a yard sweeper. You know, because he's got his back problems and he can't do a lot of stuff. And I was like, have you ever thought about using a yard sweeper? And he said, yeah, I went and priced them. They're $450 now.
You're kidding me. We did not pay that.
We bought one
200
2 years ago. It was less than 200.
No, I thought it was 200. Did
But
we
still,
find it?
it was like
At least
175.
150.
It was 175 if I'm. But anyway, I can't believe that they're that expensive now. That is crazy. You know.
Wow.
So, prices are going up, and hedge posts. Thank God, I was so pissed off at her 2 years ago. She thought she was buying a lot.
I was buying one.
You thought you were buying a lot.
Yeah.
There were 10 10-foot, 10-inch hedge posts.
Was that all there was?
Yeah,
I thought there
there's
were
only 10.
Oh yeah, $30.
And she paid $300 for them, and I was pissed. I was like, I cannot believe you.
They changed it in the
No,
middle
they-
of the
they
bid.
didn't.
Yes, they did, because everybody that was standing there with me said they did.
But so she bought these hedge posts, and I'm like, what the heck? So Tag and I were talking. We were talking about maybe sawing them down for lumber. They'd make great lumber for a barn. But so I've got the corner posts for the cow pen.
Yeah, we don't want to use T-posts, Lucy. We've tried that, and it's not working out so well. We've got dumb animals, so we definitely need hedge posts. We need it stronger.
Well, you can use the T-posts on the runner between the corners, but you need around here you need hedge on your corners and on your tension posts, and then running like in the middle to
especially
hold
with all the
fence
rain
up.
we get.
You know.
Because the T-post with all of the rain, it gets money, and they go.
Did Starla sneak in without you?
She did. Starla, I got somebody
She's
wanting
having-
that buggy, girl. I'm waiting on you. She's waiting on you.
Hope everything's going good with you, man. You're still in our thoughts.
What are you looking for?
There's Starla.
Yeah.
You know. So and then getting things decluttered around here. That is the next thing for 2024 is
Half Bubble of Plum is asking what's a hedge post. Hedge post is what is that, orange
Hedge.
sage?
Osage orange hedge and a hedge fence post. 6 to 8 feet long, depending on how deep you got to put it in the ground.
The wood's extremely hard, lasts for a long time.
Yeah, if we take freshly cut hedge and stick it in the ground, it will last through our children's lifetime. There are fence posts out here that are literally over 100 years old. They've been in the dirt that long. So yeah.
Did you see Starla? She really does want the bucket. You're gonna give her some patience and.
I told you.
Okay.
I told you.
Try it, Starla. I'm
Starla,
trying to hold the other person
Starla,
off.
I'm telling you, if somebody walks up and says, here's the money, here's $500. I go, I got somebody paying me $500 already. and they give me more money, I'm selling it to them. I'm sorry. I want that stupid thing gone. I want it gone last year. Another thing we're gonna do, and I don't know if it's gonna happen. I was gonna do it in January, but I don't know because I got to get the livestock trailer fixed.
Tag and Hitch are driving out on Saturday to go check out those trees. So why don't you join them and see if there's any fencing in there, if it's worth it or not?
Well, I'm gonna help anyway.
Oh, on Saturday?
No, I didn't know they were going on Saturday, but I'm gonna help cut anyway.
Oh, even if there's nothing. for
Yeah, because
fencing.
we can get a hedge. If you didn't know, hedge is fantastic firewood. The BTUs from dried out hedge are phenomenal.
Tabletop Farms, no shortage on hedge. See, we just have to check with our beautiful community.
But you got to go cut it. You got to cut it. You got to do that.
I need to get with Lisa anyway because I need to
Time.
figure out
If I'm
veggies
going-
I want
again,
to grow
the
for us.
problem with 2023 was 1/5 of my year was taken up with festivals.
You don't think? Well, but we're cutting back on festivals. So we
Okay.
know the good festivals, the not bad festivals, but the festivals that cost us more money to go than to do. So
Yeah,
not that we don't
Yeah,
love
Rabbit.
you all. We're just gonna have to.
some of you may have heard this story before.
I didn't know.
Angela did not know about burning hedge, and I had it mixed in with the firewood because I cut down a tree and had it mixed in. I come home from work. It's like 0 degrees outside when I get home, and I step in the house, and it's like 90 degrees in the house. She unknowingly filled the entire wood stove full of hedge and had it going full bore, and it was so hot. It's one of the reasons why I loved our old fireplace and everything. It was so hot at the collar that it was. You know how right before it starts glowing red, it changes that color, and you can just barely see it. It was burning that hot at the collar, and by the time our chimney system was so efficient, by the time it got to the top of the stack, it had radiated off all the heat. It was down to about 80 degrees when it was coming out of the stack.
Basically, to say it was 30 degrees outside and we had all the doors and
No, it
windows
was
open.
0 degrees.
Was
We
it
had them
0?
all open. When I say every door and every window's open,
It was
we
open.
had everything open, and I was sitting there in shorts and a t-shirt
Right.
because it was so hot.
Never happened again.
No, I didn't. But that's one of the things. If you're looking at buying a wood stove, if you don't have one now and you're looking to buy one, or you're looking to upgrade, be sure to look for a stove that can handle those high temperatures. Because what'll happen is if you really run the risk of ruining your stove if it gets too hot. You can the air pipes on the inside, or if it doesn't have the right type of fire brick in it, it can crack the bricks and it can cause some real issues.
I just want to go back to, outside the homestead, things that were really important this year. Data actually posted something on his Facebook page, and I thought, and man, it made me really think back. And it was basically saying thank you and how grateful he was for all of the new people that have come into our life and the people that we're friends with in our community and our family. And sometimes we can be horrible friends and, maybe just not check in as often as we need to and, be consumed by what we've got going on here. But the fact is, we always know that we have each other's back. And the new people that we've had come in, I would say, especially Callie, what an inspiration.
And that was, I said that too. I said the helping build a community and all the new people.
Yeah, and it just not just the people that are here though, but the people that are fire, and then being encouraged and thrown to step up and do it or shut up to get the business started. And so that was huge. And I put some money. We have put some money into that. But I know that I'll recoup 3-4 fold this next year.
I hope so.
And so, it's going to be great. And I think especially with the website, when we get that out, the more I blog, the more it's going to get out. And so I think we'll get all that stuff going. So I'm encouraged by all of that. I think it's going to be fine.
Oh, getting back to uncluttering. And we should have done this 2 years ago. And I don't know why we didn't. I was sitting.
You said we had the outbuilding, and Darren swore he was going to get everything out of there. And it didn't work.
Yeah, that was it. I thought we were going to be able to get that outbuilding cleaned out. There's still a quarter of the outbuilding that has stuff in it that I can't get out because our stuff's in the way.
Well,
now.
And you can't move half that stuff by yourself.
So we are going to
You're talking
buy
like cables. Like
we are going
cables.
to buy a 40-foot container.
Oh, we got a new bid today, by the way, and he apologized for it being late. It's a collapsible 40-foot container. Yes, so it's portable, collapsible.
Okay, anybody in chat that has dealt with containers, and I've never heard of a collapsible container.
Here,
And I don't get it. Not right now, because we're getting.
I think it's Container One or something like that. But they had them, and so we got a quote, but I haven't looked at the quote yet. It just came in.
If you've ever dealt with that, say something in chat so we can do. I think it's important to recognize what we do, grow personally, but also inside the big picture. We have to be intentional on both fronts. Thank you for your contribution. Well, thank you too. Thank you too. I mean, Tag, you're one of the driving forces behind what we do, and personally, you keep me going. Not gonna lie, there's been a lot of times this year that I just wanted to check out. In fact, I'm still at the point now. If somebody walked up and offered us $300,000 for this place, I would seriously consider walking away from it.
I would beat you with a sock, with soap and a sock.
Get enough for a 4-season trailer and a big pickup truck to pull it.
You would have to get enough money to go get the other house back.
See, Tamara says she
or build one like it here.
Never heard of a collapsible container. Yeah. Never heard of one. Really?
Yeah, it's a 40-footer. I think they have them in 20. They've got them in 12, if I remember correctly, 16, 20, 40. And they're pretty neat looking. But the one thing, they're out of Texas. And I got to make sure this one that I tried contacting, I hope he's in Kansas City, because he was offering, you could buy them as one or two. The company down in Texas, it was literally a Connex container full of 55 of them. Depending on how much that is, I don't know. And then you have to go pick it up. You can't, they won't deliver it. Yeah. So there's several different ways.
My concern with the collapsible one is how watertight is it going to be?
No. They say it's watertight, and they show you how and break it all down. No, I'm telling you, it's very interesting. And yeah, I thought it was very interesting. But I don't know the cost. It may be cheaper just to go buy a metal building and put a concrete pad down than to buy a Connex container. I'm not sure we need a 40-footer.
Yeah, we do. For everything in the house and stuff in that building.
I didn't realize you wanted everything in the building out.
Yeah, I want to get stuff out of that building too, so I can get in and clean the rest of it out.
That's a 30 by 50.
Don't question me on this. Seriously.
This is gonna go bad. I can tell. Oh my god.
No, it's not. So we're gonna declutter so we can work on the back of the house and we can get the outbuilding taken care of. So
Cameron, I don't know if I want to go to Texas. You guys were hot down there today or this year. Cameron, you can't have enough storage.
Yeah, exactly. And we had a discussion about. I started on the second bedroom. We were having a discussion about the closet, and she finally realized that I was doing the building, so I'm going to build the closet how I want, because I want.
I didn't realize it. I'm just tired of arguing.
We need more storage space, and yeah, Tag. I need that shop. I got a wheel bearing that I got to replace, and I'm going to be doing it in the cold and on the concrete pad in front of the shop tomorrow. Because
are you doing? Are you off tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm off Monday too. I got a 4-day weekend.
You government job.
Foreign government job. I wonder if I have to.
Is that considered a foreign government job?
I wonder if I have to register as a foreign agent. That's interesting. I'm going to ask him about that. Yes. Indian nations are sovereign foreign nations.
Interesting. Oh, Tabletop says we will not regret the 40. Yeah. I guess if anything, later on when we get it emptied out, I could turn it into a mushroom container.
We could do mushrooms in it. It could become a living space for somebody. It could become a loafing shed for animal. There's so many options you can do with it.
All right.
You know,
Now we just got to find a good price. We got one bid for $2,900
Yeah.
for
delivered,
delivered,
2,900 delivered,
and that was a 12 by 40, wasn't it?
whatever the standard is.
Or 8 by
It's
40.
8 by 40. Standard's 8 by 40.
So not too bad. An
It is
armory.
An arm, yeah, you know. There's a thought. Somebody, I know somebody in the community was talking about a 20-footer as a reloading shed.
That's probably what you should do since you won't reload in the outbuilding or in the house. That's probably, you might think about that.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, it is a great deal. In fact, we were talking to the Hacks, and the Hacks just got one, and theirs was over $4,000. So yeah, we were happy with the 2,900, and that deal's not gone. We still have time to grab it.
Right.
Well, look, shit. Tabletop says they would jump at 2,900.
I gotta get into the safe and
It's in there.
see what the emergency fund looks like and make sure that we can afford to.
You're
You
not
know,
gonna wanna park
This
in
may
there.
be this may be one of those things where this
It has to wait till March,
this has to come out of the emergency fund if we want to get the deal.
which is what it's for.
You know.
So
Yeah, it's just don't bury shipping containers.
oh, I've seen terrible things as a real estate agent. I've seen buried buses, buried shipping containers, and they all turn out to be nightmares. What is happening? Y'all are in each other's seats. No, we reverse sides.
Actually, number one, somebody suggested Wes suggested that we use this as the backstop for the
He was standing in the kitchen and he goes, "Why aren't you using that for the background? That looks more homesteady." And I'm like, "Cause I don't know. She wants it the other way." And he goes, "Well, that looks a whole lot better than a refrigerator."
and you know if we got rid of the sealing machine,
Sealing machine is part of Grumpy Acres. Deal with it.
you know,
Saves my knife, and it keeps the food that you guys buy.
and then we're on different sides because she was
Mhm.
sick and she decided to come in and join in after.
That's why
saying
she
she did.
moved so far away from me.
Yeah. I
I
think
just saying it is.
I think she didn't like the fact that I was in here talking about stuff and she didn't have a say in it.
You're kind of negative, like not negative,
I
but
wasn't
kind
being-
of.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Kind of a downer. And you were missing the fact that we have accomplished some stuff here, like the bathroom. Like Nikki and Scott came over. It's not completely finished, but we just got trim. The
Yes,
closet.
I did. And that's terrible of me. That is completely terrible of me. I completely forgot to mention the people that did help us this year. Nikki and Scott
Yeah, Nikki and Scott
were
huge
instrumental.
help.
They were instrumental in finishing the back room.
Mhm.
Wes has come over and helped. We've had
Chris Martin. He's
people
been
come
a
over
godsend.
from the community. Darren's been a big help.
Gypsy came over and helped.
So everybody that's been part of that. I apologize. I should have done that at the beginning. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
I'm just completely. And I was thinking about that before I started this, and make sure that.
A lot, guys. You get in and then you start going through, and you do forget a lot. That's why it helps when there's two people, because we can kind of, go back and forth. But we also collaborated with some companies, ones that we decided we would never do business with, others that we said we would do business with in the future. So that's been a learning lesson. That's been a weird learning lesson, but has been a learning lesson. And in fact, there's a lot. We know the economy is getting a little weird because one company we did something with before, and they wanted us to do it again, and then change the terms at the end of it and said, "Would you order through our store and then we'll reimburse you?" Because they're trying to build their Amazon store.
Who was that?
That was the Griptera.
Oh, they did that too. Because there was another one. There was another one that wanted us to do something, and they
did the same thing. I forgot about that. That was earlier.
They flat out told us. They said, "Well, you got to buy. We want to collaborate with you,
Mhm.
but you got to buy it first."
Mhm.
I was like, "Hell no, I'm not buying it."
Because they're trying to build up their Amazon stores, and that's fine, but don't do it misleading. So we're not about that. We don't do that.
And she was pursuing the Griptera thing. I told her flat out I didn't want to deal with them. It's not that the Griptera products are bad.
It's expensive.
They're actually really good. They're expensive, but
And then I found
It's not something that we can't do ourselves.
yeah, their 1 pound bag was $30. And then I actually went and found 1 pound bags um, at the farm and home for $6.29 for the same thing. And some of them were even better. They were like minutes and then
Yeah, but you got to look at where they came from
sunflower
and how
seed
they're
and all
made.
that. Well, yeah, that's
The-
true. Grubterra is all U.S. made.
Yeah, Canada.
So I'm not sure that company is not. I think that company is U.S. and Canada.
Okay, here's a question. Here's a question for everybody. This is kind of off topic, but I just thought about it. Put a 1 in chat if you have heard about the chicken condition Wryneck. WRY. Yeah,
That's been another thing in our community.
just put a 1 in there. I want to see if anybody.
WRY.
We have been doing chickens for over 10 years now.
No.
Yeah.
8 years.
Is it 8? No, 2 here.
Since 2015.
Okay, yes. Okay, 8 years. And I had never seen nor heard of Wryneck. And I go into the coop the other day, and one of the roosters had its head down, and it would not raise it up. It was like there was something wrong with it. And so I pulled it out and I isolated it because I thought maybe it was sick. She was talking to other members in the community, and they had
They experienced it first and were asking me about it, and I had never heard of it.
and
That's the only reason why I knew what it had.
so what it is, it's a vitamin B deficiency, or
Brain damage.
the chicken got knocked in the head. And so we've been nursing this thing back. We got vitamin B, did not give him any vitamin B today. But I went out there this afternoon and he had his head up.
Okay.
You could tell he was working hard, and he
So then we should go out and give him vitamin B.
well, no, he ate, and I got him water, and then he was like
Did
worn
you
out.
put some? So tomorrow, put some of that mineral in his food. I'll
Okay.
pull it out for you.
Okay, so Tamara's heard of it. Yeah, vitamin deficiency.
Vitamin deficiency.
Okay, so none of the other chickens are having this problem, and his comb was crusted with blood, and he had blood. I think he got into a fight with one of the other roosters and got his bell rung, and he's probably got a concussion or something.
Yeah, so Lucy, Wryneck is very common, most common in chicks, in baby chicks, and most common with the ones that have the crowns, a lot of feathers and that kind of thing, because they're not as sturdy as some of the other chickens. So I found that very interesting. The more I read on it, the more it was just kind of like, whoa, weird. But yeah, so this was neither. And I really think he got some brain damage because before he would attack me just as soon, as I even looked his way. And now he's just like, pick me up, feed me.
You know, and Tamara, he didn't eat for 2 days. I literally, for one of the days, we were giving him vitamin B through a syringe, and I was making sure I was giving him water so he was hydrated. Yeah. And he finally started eating again today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he's
getting
getting better.
There.
He's getting better.
And the nice thing is it's not viral. It's not anything contagious. It's not a sickness, illness, anything like that. So if you need to eat them, you can. If you want them as dog food, you can do that. So they're it's not wasted, but it's worth a shot to try to get them through it. So.
And he is a good rooster. He's very aggressive and.
Well, he's the one that makes sure everybody's in by 5 o'clock, and these other roosters are not doing that.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, and he's Milo's grandson.
Yeah.
So he's that bloodline that came from Milo. We got 2 roosters out there that are out of that bloodline.
He looks just like Milo.
Well, except he's got a full comb where Milo had the pea comb. Yeah. So, there's that. Okay, that was the tangent. All right, look, hey guys, we're going on over an hour now, and I don't want to step on Native Voices Live. He's doing everything they've told us is a lie tonight.
Ooh, we got to jump on there.
So,
you guys go flood his site.
So we're gonna hang up tonight. We appreciate you guys showing up. Like I said, we're gonna be back on our regular schedule next Tuesday. Hopefully, might stream a bonfire New Year's Eve. Who knows? Just depends. You guys go out and live a lifetime free. All right, you guys just pursue pursue it and spread the message. Okay.
Tabletop Farms, I'll be calling you. We'll be calling. We gotta get out there and do an interview anyway.
Wes,
But I
maybe-
gotta get with you for some veggies for the freeze-dryer this year. There's some specific things I'm looking for.
native voice, VOYCE.
Head over there.
He's a little
Let 'em-
militant. Well, he's a whole lot militant. So it may not be for everybody, but we've had him on the
He's
channel.
a stand-up guy.
We've had him on the channel before, and he's homesteading, and he's doing a lot of different content now.
Thanks, VR. And so there's his link. You guys just jump on that link and then let him know that Grumpy Acre sent you. Till next time, if we don't see you on New Year's Eve, you guys have a blessed and happy New Year. And let's make 2024 better than we've ever seen before.
Amen. All right, guys, take care.